Welcome back to the cottage, everyone. Today's video is brought to you by the comment section. I want to address a recent comment that I received because I think that it will help to generate a very interesting discussion. So I started this YouTube channel about 4 or 5 years ago when we were in the process of designing our forever home, which is this home we currently live in now, Arrow Hill Cottage. And I wasn't super active at the beginning. I just wanted to document our process of designing, and I didn't really understand my niche or what my role was here in YouTube, the YouTube environment. But through the past year or two, I have really focused in on minimalist living and how minimalism has benefited my family and why we love it so much. And through that process, I've been able to connect with a lot of you who are looking for something that is similar and want to know more about this lifestyle. And I just want to take a second and say how much I appreciate each and every one of you who commits to watching my videos every single week. Because of your dedication, it helps me to stay motivated to make more content that will be relevant to you. I'm getting very close to another huge milestone of 5,000 subscribers here on this channel, and I would have never dreamed that that would have been possible when I first started this channel those years ago. So thank you again so much for all of your support. I'll be honest, I do feel a little bit vulnerable and sometimes awkward when sharing details of our minimalist lifestyle because it is so personal and so intimate to us that when I put it out there for everybody to see, it does run the risk of being judged or somebody misinterpreting our intentions, just basically looking down upon it. And that is really exactly what happened earlier this week. It all happened with this video right here, where I shared about our minimalist home decor and gave reasons why we made certain choices for our interior. The comment that I received sort of caught me off guard, but I wasn't offended by it because I could tell by the way the person asked the question, they genuinely were curious about the concept of minimalism and they weren't really putting me down. So it'll be easier if I just share with you right here. I will put it right on the screen and share with you what the comment was exactly. I'm hoping someone can explain to me the attraction and obsession with white interiors. They are totally lackluster, boring, and uninteresting. They remind me of my white canvases just begging for some color, a story, a message, anything to draw me in and capture my curiosity. My mind would stagnate in these minimal environments. But I would be interested in the attraction and allure of an all-white environment. What kind of soul enjoys this emptiness for any amount of time? Now, the tone of that comment was a bit harsh and maybe snarky, I'll admit, but I did feel compelled to respond because, like I said, I wanted to believe that the person had a genuine curiosity of why we would choose something like that. And so with my response, I did offer up some reasons why we decided to go with a very simple, minimal, and yes, white interior for our home. And that is what I want to talk about today. So here is my list of the top 4 reasons why I love our minimalist home decor. The first reason is that it calms my mind. The world is full of busyness. It's full of colors and lights and sounds and a lot of activity, and it can be a little bit overstimulating, sensory overload, if you will. And I know that when I walk into my door, that this is like a little slice of paradise. I feel a sense of calm that flows over me, and I just feel a lot of peace. We have decided, instead of having a lot of artwork on our walls and different things, that we would instead frame some very calming views. To us, that is nature, and so we have a lot of large windows that let in that natural light that also helps to calm and soothe my soul. We let that light in, and we also get back these beautiful views of all the nature that surrounds us. And this is kind of a trade-off for us. Again, we don't have as much wall space to hang artwork, but we have these beautiful views that are very calming to us. And this is just our own little slice of the world where we can feel calm and peaceful, and we know that we have that little respite from all of the craziness and busyness of the world. Secondly, a simple and minimal interior helps to make me feel centered and productive. So for me, I can't handle clutter. If there are piles of clutter laying around, I'm going to want to deal with them. It makes me feel very unsettled, anxious, and I can't handle it. And the same goes for any visual clutter. So if I have a lot of artwork, even if it's art that I love, if I have pieces all over the place, my mind will not be able to focus. I'm going to be darting from piece to piece, wanting to look at them, and it's going to be very distracting for me. So keeping things really simple, really minimal, really does help kind of rest my mind in that way. And I do agree with the commenter on this point that they want something to look at, and I agree. I also do. Through my architecture training, I took a lot of different art classes and I learned to really appreciate art. I do love art, but having too much of it actually distracts my brain and makes me not appreciate it as much as when I would just have a couple of pieces highlighted. And so that is the second reason why we really liked having a very simple color palette throughout our house and very simple interior without a lot of decor hanging up on the walls or situated around the house. Reason number 3 is that it helps me to appreciate the space and the environment that I live in, and also to highlight those special decor pieces. And so again, with my architecture training, you have to remember that I see bits of our house, the actual construction of our house, as being works of art. The light fixtures, for example, can be considered somewhat sculptural. We picked certain light fixtures, and the way that different textures go together, the juxtaposition of a dark wood, right, contrasting with the white, those type of things are really interesting to me. I look at them as pieces of art, and I really feel a sense of place here because of that. The white walls and ceilings also help to bounce around all of that beautiful natural light that we have coming in. I crave natural light. It's probably one of the top priorities when we were designing this house, that I needed to have really good natural lighting here. And also the white walls serve as a perfect gallery backdrop for any art or home decor pieces that we do decide to highlight. So again, when you're looking at the one art piece, if you have it maybe on your mantle or you have it on your wall, and it is surrounded by white or something very neutral, your eye does get drawn to it, and we feel that that's what we like to do. We like to have a piece of art that we can appreciate for a season and then change it out and appreciate a different piece of art instead of having it all out at one time. And that just works really well for our family. It helps us to appreciate the things that we do have and we do decide to display, and it works great for us. And finally, the fourth reason why I love our simple minimalist home interior, it's because I just do. I honestly don't feel that I need to justify really any reasons, even though I did give some reasons, because sometimes it's just as simple as I just like it. I just like it this way. And when it comes to homes in particular, they're so personal, and everyone's going to have their own thoughts and ideas of how the space should look and feel. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and so what the commenter might see as being dull and boring and depressing, I might see as being inspirational and refreshing. That being said, I hope that everybody watching today realizes that I am not in the business of trying to convince anybody that minimalism is the only answer, that you need to live the way that my family lives or decorate the way that we decorate. That's just not the case. That is not the focus of this channel, and it never will be. I'm here for those of you who want to explore minimalism, learn more about it, and find out if it is the right fit for your family. And I completely acknowledge that there are people that have watched my videos, tried my tips and ideas, and found that it was not a good fit, and that's 100% okay. The commenter and I actually had a very nice conversation back and forth, very civil, where we ultimately agreed that the real sad, boring thing would be if everybody in the world lived exactly the same way and did exactly the same things, and to really understand that everybody experiences the world in their own way, and that's what makes us so unique, and that's what makes life really interesting. So if minimalism isn't right for you, that's okay. If it is something that you want to explore, stick around to this channel and we will go on that journey together. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope that you'll stop by the cottage again really soon.